Shalom. It's your brother Samat coming to you with another lesson. Giving on praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to our elders and our apostles. The great millstone who do well. Peace and blessings to the elect. Alright, so today's lesson is going to talk about how your biggest obstacle in your life is typically yourself. Usually, right? The biggest obstacle that you have, the biggest hurdle to overcome from progressing, getting better, seeing results, so on and so forth, is typically yourself. A lot of times we like to, as humans, human nature to make excuses and point fingers, and it's easy to pass the blame onto some type of external force or object or person. It's easy to point fingers, man. It's easy to say, no, it's your fault. It's easy to say, it's his fault. Oh, my job, or this, or my medical condition, certain. In some cases, yeah, but in a lot of cases, no. So, a lot of times you have to learn to kill that noise, kill those excuses, and really just focus on doing what needs to be done. You know what I mean? Do exactly what needs to be done. And you know what needs to be done. You know what I mean? You know the time and the energy you're supposed to be putting into the Lord. You know what I mean? You know the desire the Lord has for you. You know the ability that you have. You know what you're capable of. You know what you can be. The Most High wants us to be on point. You know what I mean? You want to strive for perfection, right? As much as you can. You'll never be perfect, but when you go down the path of perfection and you're striving to do your very best, well, guess what? You will be as close to it as possible. You will please the Lord. The scriptures say to give the Lord your all. Everything you do it as they do it unto the grave. I believe that's Ecclesiastes 9 and 10. Right? Everything you do it with your might. Because, when you're in the grave, nothing matters, right? You're gone. So all that matters is the work that you did while you were alive. The effort you put in for the Lord before anything bad can happen. You want to be justified, right? You want to be able to say, okay, I gave the Lord my all. I did the best I could. I gave the best I could each and every day. Now granted, every day isn't going to be your best. We're going to use we're going to apply some wisdom here. There's going to be days when you don't have a good day, if you will, right? But as long as you're in the truth, it's a good day. But from a productive standard, some days you just rot in the house, on the couch. You might not read, you might not watch no lessons, but at the very least, what did you do? You put your prayers up, right? Put your prayers up. You didn't do anything wicked. You at least thought about the Lord, in some way, shape, or form. So I count that as a win. You know what I mean? Regardless if it wasn't a productive day or not, you still know the Lord. You called on the Lord. You put your prayers up. All right? You didn't willingly commit some type of sin to the Lord, right? So give yourself grace in that regard, but always remember that if you sit here and point fingers and make excuses, that's on you. The Lord wants servants and people who have accountability. You know what I mean? Not people who will make excuses and blame others, man. Most High's not dealing with that. And quite frankly, brothers shouldn't have to deal with that. You know what I mean? Can't stand a constant complainer about somebody who's in a fucked up position, but yet every time they get advice or every time they have an opportunity, they blow it. shoot yourself in the foot every single time opportunity come your way. You make an excuse. Always a fucking excuse, man. It's always an excuse. Every time. Oh, yo, this happened. Yo, man, you know what I mean? Some uncle. All right, yo. What excuse you gonna use in the day Yahweh Shah return if you make it that far? What excuse you gonna use then? When Yahweh Shah come back and or you stand before the judge, Yahweh Shah, right? You stand before the judge, and then you gotta sit here and listen to your verdict. The good you done, the bad you done, the effort you put in, the effort you didn't put in. What you gonna do then, man? When you sit back and you be like, damn, every opportunity the Lord gave me, I blew it. Because I always wanted to make an excuse. And then always wanted to blame the Lord or Satan for the fucked up situation I was in. Not myself for my lack of effort or my lack of action, but the Lord. But Esau. But Satan. But my uncle, but my aunt, my daughter, my baby mom, my dad. Fuck all that, man. And this truth is you versus you. Satan can't pull you away from the Most High if you of the Lord's. So Satan can't do shit. Really, Satan can't do shit against you. If you really of the elect and you doing what needs to be done, there's nothing that Satan could do. He can tempt you, he can fuck with you, but there's nothing he can do to stop you from doing what needs to be done or stop you from becoming better. And it always external. And most of the progress and results we get are internal. The external is usually just a byproduct of the growth that we have inwardly. Right? Scriptures say, crucify the old man daily and put on a new man. Right? The inward man. So the outer man is dies daily. Right? The flesh, literally, the flesh is die every single day you age. You're literally dying. You're one day, 1 second, one step closer to the grave. Even as babies or as we age, we might be growing, but we're only getting one step closer to the ultimate fate of a mortal body, which is death. Satan can't do nothing against you, man, if you have the Lord's elect. So stop blaming Satan for everything, man. Stop blaming Satan for your shortcomings. Stop blaming Satan for your lack of progress, your lack of results, your lack of growth. Blame yourself for the lack of action, for the lack of consistency, for the lack of effort. You gotta start being real with yourself, man. We gotta start being real with ourselves. If we can't count on ourselves, who can we count on, man? And I say that obviously with everything given from the Lord, obviously. But the Most High gave us liberty, man. The Most High gave us liberty. All right, he gave us liberty to make choices. Now, obviously, again, if you have the elect, you're gonna do what the elect do. That's just, it is what it is, man. We have our fate is predestinated, but the Most High did give us liberty. So within that destiny, we are able to make certain choices. But the Most High will never allow us to do anything that will hinder our destiny or that will contradict our predetermined fate, if you will. So if you are meant to die in the famine, you're going to die in the famine, no matter what you do. Because 9 times out of 10, let's look at it like this. The Most High has predestinated us, right? Pursuing the Romans, the 8th chapter, right? We're predestinated from the beginning. But at the same time, the spirit that resideth in us is the spirit that resideth in us, whether it's in a past life or this current life. So those that are of the elect are going to just do what the elect do. Those that are not of the elect are not going to do what the elect do. If those are of the 2/3, they're going to do 2/3 shit. Whether it's being flat out wicked or just denying the truth You know, you got certain people who are not necessarily out like wicked in a worldly sense, meaning they're not going out here doing witchcraft per se, or they're not being straight whores and harlots and killers and drug dealers and hood niggas. Not like to that regard, or atheists. But you got people, you're gonna have a lot of 2/3 that just believe in Islam, that believe in Christianity to a fault. You're gonna have a lot of people who are Christian or believe in Christianity that do end up waking up to the truth eventually. Yes, 100%. A lot of us are. I was raised Christian in a Christian church, called on Jesus, all that. You know, I was never like a super religious person, but I was always a believer. I always had a spirit for the Lord. I always believed that there was a higher power, and I believed the Bible was the truth. You know what I mean? So going to church just about every Sunday up until, you know, I was in my teenage years, and then 16, 17, and kind of faded off a little bit, you know what I mean? But became an adult. Once I became an adult, I didn't go to church. Spirit wasn't there. My spirit was never really there. You know what I mean? Never really resonated with the pastor and the teachings. And then my pastor was a woman at that all my life. You know what I mean? So she was and she was carnal as hell, man. We ended up leaving that church because one day, just off topic, but one day basically she was greedy for offerings. She would pass the offering, played around 3-4 times every 3-4 hours, man. And one day she basically told the people, the congregation, to give an offering, but don't give anything pitiful like $1. It's crazy, because what if that's all somebody has, and you're calling someone's dollar pitiful when it's literally all they have? Where there was a woman who gave a penny, and that was all she had, and it was a blessing unto the Lord. So got done with that. But yeah, the point is, man, if you're of the elect, you're going to do what the elect does. If you are of the 2/3, you're going to do what 2/3 do. It's just, it is what it is, man. So if you have a spirit to serve the Lord, you're going to serve the Lord, man. That's why the Most High gives liberty, because the Most High already knows who is going to serve him and who's not. So if it's on your spirit to do right by the Lord, well, do right. If it's not, the Most High don't want to deal with anybody who's lukewarm, bro. You can't be 1 foot in the world, 1 foot in the truth. All right. We are in the world, but we are not of the world. All right. We have liberty. We have pastimes, and brothers do shit in the world. Like, brothers live their life. This truth is not a prison, man. All right. The man was not made for the law. Man was not made for the Sabbath, but for us. It was made for us. The law and the Sabbath was made for us. The Sabbath was made for us to give us a day of rest, to just chill out. And then the law was given to us as a means of guidance and just order. You know what I mean? Yo, don't be savages. Just follow this law and y'all will be good, man. So it's really that simple, man. Like, brothers in this truth, bro. Brothers have businesses. Brothers get good jobs. Brothers pursue education. Brothers travel. Brothers go out. Brothers got involved in martial arts. And brothers have hobbies. Brothers have talents, music, art, whatever, bro. Whatever. But at the same time, guess what? Our spirit, our heart, and our desire is only in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. We have enjoyments, but we don't value anything of this world, because we already know that it's all going to come to an end. So, Lord willing, this video was edifying to you brothers and to you sisters out there. Till next time, shalom.